Hello, ABL and fans of the ABL. I am Alan of the Rockies. This is scoring week 2 breakdown plus incredibly personal details of my surgery this morning because I figure the boys deserve full disclosure. Not that anybody necessarily wants it, but fuck it, why not? I'm a pretty open dude, and if any of my advice can help anybody not have to put up with what I've been putting up with for the last 6 months, that's a win for me. So uh, back in like November, I started having like what I would describe as stomach pain, but it wasn't really stomach, and it wasn't really like as low as like your groin or anything either. It was kind of just like right in between, and it bothered me enough, for a few days that I go to the doctor, and her diagnosis is a hemorrhoid. And she gave me this cream to like shove up my ass and do that for 2 weeks and, drink a lot of water, see if it gets better. It did not get any better. The cream did absolutely nothing, did not alleviate any pain, um, didn't do anything. So go back to the doctor. Not after just 2 weeks. I gave it a little bit of time. I thought, well, if this really is what it is, then maybe I'm just a person that takes longer than 2 weeks for it to work or whatever. Like after a month or whatever, December 18th, a little before Christmas, I go back to the doctor, and my worry initially was a kidney stone. That was what I was like terrified about when I had this pain. It wasn't really in my back or my kidney, but that's what I was afraid of because I fear kidney stones. But it wasn't that. I would have been in so much pain. uh, Anyway, go to the doctor again, take some blood, blah blah blah. Doesn't know what it is. No reason to suspect something terrible, like cancer or anything like that. Sends me to a gastro specialist, and it was indeed two internal hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids are no fucking joke, guys. Let me tell you, I have not had a day. I have not had a single day since about November, mid-November, where I have not had pretty intense pain for a good portion of the day. This is not your preparation H commercial like, oh, it itches and burns and I don't want to ride a bike. This was like throbbing internal pain that just, for me personally, on say like a 1 to 10 or a 0 to 10, I say like a 7, give or take, is when a pain is bad enough to like break my concentration on what I'm doing. Like I can't fucking do anything. I just pace around the house or whatever. I've spent pretty much every day of the last 6 months, many hours at a 7, sometimes higher, a lot of times lower, but I've had no day where I have not had really bad pain. So for any of you guys, anybody that watches this, chronic pain sufferers, man, I have a new respect for people, with a back or with migraine stuff. People that do this shit all the time, man. I fucking get it now because there was not a medicine that would touch this shit. The doctor gave me tramadol. They gave me all fucking kinds of shit. Finally now, now that I had surgery, I had the fucking surgery. I got the good stuff. I did get the hydrocodone. But so yeah, anyway, they diagnosed me with what it actually is, and then they don't do the surgery there, and because they're internal, it has to be surgery. They can't, I guess if a person has external hemorrhoids, they can do something like slap a rubber band on it and cut it off or some shit. But mine were like internal, so it had to be a surgery. And initially, they were not going to be able to get me in until August. It was like August 16th. So, I get told that I am living with this daily pain for another, many, many months. When I first got told that, it was, I think, February. that it was going to be not until August. So, I walk out of there like just defeated. I walked out of there defeated, man, that I was going to have to go through this every day until August. And then finally, my fucking wife, my amazing ass wife, she's worked in the medical field in this town. She knows who to call. She knows who to call. She calls around all these other places, finds a surgeon that will do it. And this was in, March. And I met with him in early April, and I had the surgery this morning. Now, the reason I thought I wasn't going to be able to do the pod was because this is a surgeon, and he kept telling me how, and I'll use the exact term, he kept telling me how exquisitely painful the recovery from this was going to be. And, maybe today I'm okay because I still technically have anesthesia, drugs, and shit in my body. But the pain I'm in right now is less than the pain I'm always in otherwise. So every podcast I've done, every time you've watched me, if you maybe more astute viewers of the ABL podcast, if you see me squirming around a lot, it's because I was in incredible pain. I've been in incredible pain every goddamn day for about 6 months. And finally this morning, I get out of it. First surgery I've ever had in my life. 37 years old. I've been cardioverted. I got knocked out for that. This is my first surgery I've ever had. And I'm realizing now that I'm talking, I'm a bit hoarse because I had the fucking tube down my throat. Yeah, man. So fucking guys, drink enough water. So my main issue was that I don't drink enough water and I didn't get enough fiber. I did not have a very high fiber diet, apparently, not high enough. Man, eat your fucking fiber or take a supplement. They're easy as hell. They're just little fucking fiber pills, and drink enough water. Because, man, you do not want to go through this. You do not want to go through this. And I know there's varying degrees of this bullshit. Nobody likes to talk about their fucking asshole, believe me. I've had to talk about my asshole more in the last few months than in the rest of my entire life. And I never once enjoyed it. When I went to the fucking specialist, I got no medicine or anything. And he fucking laid me over and he fucking shoved something up my ass, man. He shoved something up there. I don't know what exactly it was, but he fucking shoved something up there, and holy shit, man. You want to talk about pain, because I had these internal things, normally I'm sure it would have been very uncomfortable, but, oh man, did that hurt. That was rough. Because he's looking around, and he's coming into contact with these things that are causing me all this pain. Holy hell, did that hurt. But you know what? He said, exquisitely painful. You won't want to see me for 2 weeks. You won't want to talk to me for 2 weeks. Fingers crossed, man. If it's only this bad, this is nothing I haven't been dealing with for months and months already. My wife, who knows better, and I guess really myself at heart, I do think I'm probably going to wake up tomorrow in considerably worse shape, but that's my full disclosure, man. I that's my surgery I was talking about last night. I thought it was going to fucking kill me. I thought it was going to kill me. I went in at 7:45, and I was home before noon. And not in terrible pain initially. When I took my first, I'm not a pill guy, I'm a weed guy. I'm not an opiate guy. When I took my first Vicodin, I did get very flushed and like I thought I was going to throw up. And so I actually have I taken? I don't know how many I've had, but the first one made me almost very sick. And so I'm going to try to get by for the most part without them. I'm going to try to get by without them. They gave me some anti-nausea shit as well because they saw that it made me sick or almost sick. So they gave me some anti-nausea shit. But 2 weeks, man, I can fucking Jeff, you remember not long ago that you said something about weight, and I mentioned how I've lost like 25 pounds in the last 6 months. Remember, you're like, how'd you do it? And I was like, I just cut out sugar, I cut out everything, man. Not just sugar. I'm like fucking afraid to eat, because it hurts so much to take a shit. So I don't eat. I don't eat near what I would. I drink a lot of these fucking things, these like shakes and smoothies, and I drink a lot of water and I eat a lot of salads. Man, I didn't just cut out sugar. I cut out everything because of this shit. And for me, it's not even so much that it hurts to actually have a bowel movement. It's that it hurts. It ratchets up like 30 minutes afterwards, like a watch, man. It's like, and then I stay there. I stay at however bad it's going to be for several hours, sometimes until 7, 8 o'clock at night. Other times, it's cranked back down by 2, 3 in the afternoon. So but it's always there. It's always fucking there. And now it's not. Now they whatever they do, they fucking cut them out. They cut them out, and apparently I got some like gel gauze or something shoved up my ass right now, and I feel that I do. I feel like I got something shoved up my ass. So, but that's to like I have internal sutures that are going to dissolve eventually. But it could be worse. This could have been fucking 50 years ago, when I'm sure the procedure was much, much worse. And I'll probably also be worse tomorrow. But you know what? Right now I'm tolerable as bad as I've been for any pods. I thought I was going to be a lot worse. This doctor fucking freaked me out into thinking like, afterward, you're not going to want to see me. You're not going to want to have any side of me. This is exquisitely painful. He came in today while I was in prep to talk to me, and he reminded me again. I just want to tell you again how painful the recovery is going to be. And I asked him, like, dude, are you like trying to give me one last chance to like back out of this? Because I've been dealing with this shit for 6 months. I'm not backing out. Just fucking do it. Pull the plug. Hey, to tell me again how. And then, I've been wondering for the last half month, because he told me that in early April or late March. Like, well, how painful is exquisitely painful to this guy? Is it just the other people that he's done it on are kind of, not that I'm some tough guy, but are they just can't handle pain very good? So they say it's very, very painful, and that's all he ever hears, or is it as bad as he says it's going to be? I've been very anxious about it. I've been anticipating. I just was so curious. Like, how is it going to be? And so far today, no worse than I've had. No worse than I've been dealing with every single day since mid-November. Every fucking day. So, man, if this is what I get, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled if this is as bad as it gets. I don't think it will be. I think it will be worse. But if this is just as bad as it gets, fucking forget about it, man. I'm gonna be me again. I'm gonna I can't play with my dog. Every time I fucking sneeze or cough, I get these just tremendous jolts of pain. It's so hard to describe the pain because it's so weirdly inside. I've never had anything like it. I really have never had anything like it. It's so turning over in bed in my sleep, pain, just fucking everything. And now for the next 2 weeks, I can't lift anything heavier than 5 pounds, really no anything. I was told to eat normal. I'm not going to eat normal because I don't want to be fucking shitting all the time. I can't take one of the only things that takes the edge off of some of the pain is soaking in a hot bath. And I've been doing that a ton the last few months. My water bill is like $10 extra a month, but I can't do that for 2 weeks because of the dissolvable shit that I have. I can shower, a short shower, and no scrubbing, no fucking anything like that. So that's my fault. Eat your fiber, drink your water, make sure you have enough fucking fiber, because man, this has just been awful. It really has. And I've it was starting to affect my quality of life. It really, really was. It was really starting to affect my quality of life, and I'm glad I got it taken care of. Fuck, I'm so glad I didn't have to wait until August. I'm so glad. Anyway, that's fucking almost 15 minutes of my bullshit. Let's get to the fucking meat and potatoes. I was the potatoes. Let's get to the meat. Let's talk some ABL. And look at week 2. Man, 8 guys go undefeated. And like I said last week, I was impressed with the Royals. I continue to be impressed by the Royals. Brendan goes 3-0. The Twins go 3-0. Pittsburgh, what a shock, 3-0. The A's had a very, very good week. going 3-0 and 6-0 overall. I believe the Twins are also 6-0 overall. The Cardinals go 3-0, and I'm pretty sure that puts them at 6-0. The Phils go 3-0. The Rays, fantastic week by the Rays. Shame he only played 2 guys because Dom led in both. Dom and Nick. I'm sorry if I get that wrong, man. Dom and Nick led in hitting, led in pitching. We will see in a minute. And Frank takes the Cubs to a 2-0 week as the NL Central proves to maybe be as tough as I thought it was going to be. Your teams that still had a pretty good week but did not go undefeated. The Mariners go 2-1. The Dodgers go 2-1. And the Mariners had a bad loss to the A's. The Mariners almost went 3-0, and the A's went 2-1. We'll get to that, of course. The Jays go 2-1. Good job, Gary. Steve and the Orioles, 2-1. Rays Astros, 2-1. And Gary's Yankees, 2-1 as the Rays go 2-0. The Baltimore goes 2-1. And the AL East just continues to be quite jumbled. Nobody separating themselves. Yeah, I know it's early. Separation is a funny word, not probably really correct. Detroit goes 1-1. John had another tough loss this week. The Pods go 1-2. The Giants go 1-2. And both of those guys actually had pretty good weeks. So a tough 1-2 for them. The Sox go 1-2. Cleveland Mark grabs another win off of me, goes 1-2. Harry's White Sox 1-2. The Marlins go 1-2. Zach's Brewers, bit of an off week, 191 points. Kind of rough, still were able to grab a win. The Rangers, a pretty surprising 0-3. The Reds 0-3. The Braves, the Rockies, the Mets, all 0-3 as the Rockies start 0 and everything, 0-5. The D-backs go 0-2. The Angels and the Nats are also both, and with the Mets with me, as terrible owners with terrible teams. None of us combined, we have 0 wins. So that has to change at some point. I'm not declaring dump or anything, just yet. But I've had a couple of teams come and say, "Hey, man, I'm interested in so and so." Don't be afraid to come to me. And if if we work something out and I have to, wait 24 hours or whatever, I'm not one of those guys that's going to change my mind. Because I made a dump proc and other guys come at me. If I search for deals. So if I haven't found something I really like and approach the other guy about it, there's not gonna be something that changes my mind if we have something and then I have to declaim dump proc or whatever. I'm just saying, I know I'm in a rough spot and I don't know that I see myself getting a lot better. If I can get my pitching back, Laureano comes back and man, my bats, they're just so ice cold. There's not a lot I can do about it right now. And it's rough. It's rough. There's nothing out there. Oh yeah, boom. That work? Yeah. Okay, so your small margins, and we had a couple that didn't make the cut at the top 5, but man, did we have some close games this week. San Francisco over Houston by 2 points, your smallest margin of victory, but then we had 2 others fall in with fewer than 3 points on the victory edge. The Cubs beating Toronto, so Frank goes 2-0. Gary goes 2-1 on the week. The loss coming from Frank. They're longtime friends and fantasy rivals. Frank beats Gary by 2.334 points. Ouch. You love it if you're Frank. You hate it if you're Gary. Harry's White Sox are the ones that handed John another tough loss. I know he took a couple last week, at least 2.667 points, the White Sox over the Tigers. Oakland, as I mentioned earlier, hands Seattle a tough loss to go undefeated on the week and make the Mariners 2-1, 5.334 points. Oakland over Seattle. And then Philly, Adam over my father, the San Diego Fathers, 8.33 points. So we had all 5 fall in the under 10. And then we had a couple more. The A's over Baltimore, 11.334 points. So the A's, great week, but played some decent opponents, eked out a couple wins, if we're being honest. And then Baltimore over Boston, 11.666 points. So, Steve on on the bad end of one with the A's, and then on the good end of another with Boston by almost the exact same margin. And let me, I say down here at the bottom, once again, the new guys are no joke, man. San Francisco puts up 270 points. Baltimore puts up 275. Kansas City, 338, and goes undefeated. Leads the league in week 2 for points per game with 4.83. Even Milwaukee, Zach, with only 191 points, he would have beat me. He still scraped out a win. We got good new owners, man. I think Brendan came in from Joe, and somebody called him a ringer, and Joe's like, yeah, of course he is. He came in from me, kind of tongue in cheek. But fucking guy is a ringer. I'll be damned. He took the Royals and have turned them into, at least in the early going, a very competitive team. 338 points in a week in a regular scoring week. You don't really fluke your way into that. I mean, I guess you can, but speaking as the guy that sat Barrios tonight, I don't fluke my way into that. You got to be decent. You got to know what you're doing. You got to set your lineups. Fucking good week for Kansas City, man. These new guys are legit. The newer owners, they didn't come in yesterday or anything, but these newer guys that took over teams, they're legit. Points per game, week 2, like I said, Kansas City 483 in 70 games, so a good number there also of games. Philly, number 2 at 4.46 in 64 games. Tampa, 429 at 81 games. 81, that might have led the league. Minnesota, 4.16 in 76 games. And Pittsburgh, back where he belongs in the top 5, 4.03 in 75 games. I didn't do it for the year yet. I usually do. I just kind of ran out of steam putting this together, and then I felt like I wasn't going to want to do the actual pod if I kept doing this. I didn't do reset tonight either. We're only getting ABL tonight. If I'm okay, I'll do reset tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. We'll see. Anyway, you're hitting in. Check out Tampa Bay, man. Hitting leader, pitching leader. Don't get that a ton where you get the combo meal for the week. Tampa Bay, what a fucking great week. 176 hitting points. Minnesota, number 2, 174. Right there. KC at 168, St. Louis at 165, and San Francisco 155. So, what is that? 21 points separate 1 and 5. Pretty grouped together. Pretty for the hitting at least. Pretty grouped together. I guess also for the pitching as well. Tampa Bay, number 1 in pitching, 171.5. So, like I said, the combo meal for the Rays, man. What a good week. 171.5. KC, number 3 in hitting, number 2 in pitching, 170.333. Take a look at what this guy has turned the Royals into. Very nice first 2 weeks. Philly, number 3, 169. Nice, .333 pitching points. Pittsburgh, 156.167. And the Dodgers, 154.167. So real close at 4 and 5 there. Don't think I have a ton in this chunk that I didn't mention. Tampa Bay, Oakland having a 6-0 start. Oakland on fire. Impressive week from Kansas City. The Tigers with another early loss. The AL East is starting to, started very tight and is still very tight. Really, no separation there. And the new guys are the new guys. They've been very, very good. Sorry for 15 minutes talking about my ass, but I felt kind of weird to tell a bunch of people, that I was having surgery, and then, yeah, it was very nice messages I got, that I really did appreciate the nice messages I got from pretty much everybody. I don't have a ton of people I hang out with. The ABL Discord is fucking. I work from home. I don't go out a lot or anything. So that felt kind of corny telling everybody, hey, I'm having surgery, and then never mention what it is. But it's fucking. It really shouldn't be. But it was kind of embarrassing. It's hemorrhoids. Nobody fucking likes talking about that. But internal, yeah. I always thought. I had a different impression of what hemorrhoids were and what they could do, before this. I guess I didn't think they were such a fucking such a menace. You know, I thought a cream took care of it. Get your fiber, drink your water. This has sucked. This has sucked. But I'm on the road. You know, I'm on the road. And again, man, thank you guys for the kind messages. That was nice. That was nice. Tony, man, fucking Tony. P.S. Need anything during your recovery? Let me know, man. I really appreciate it. I do. I hope, you know, I hope I shouldn't. Tony, just pay attention to the football team for us. Get ready for the fucking draft. This has been ABL week 2 with full disclosure. Fugazi song. Full disclosure. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys soon.